You know what time it is. It's time to get sauced up with Anime Icons Episode 2. This is a series where we celebrate iconic anime moments, past and present. Now, as we celebrate these iconic moments, we talk about how its influence is on the series that it was in, and also its influence and impact on the anime culture as a whole. And if you want to suggest any other iconic anime moments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you really want to make sure that I don't miss it, join our private server, the Phantom Troop. That link is in the description box. But without further ado, episode 2. Now, as we set the stage, this is 1998. Anime is not anywhere near the height of its power. It's not in popular culture. It's not even cool to talk about at this point in time with your friends, especially if you're a jock or somebody that's not labeled a nerd. And to be honest, I'm not sure who the genius was at Cartoon Network that decided to say, let's bring Dragon Ball Z to Toonami. Channel 65, 5 p.m., and we finally get Dragon Ball Z in 1998 in the US. And the reason why I'm setting this up is at that time, the really only action shows we had to watch as kids was like Batman the Animated Series, things like that that were more focused around superheroes. And the only other anime that anybody knew or was interested in at the time was Pokemon, and we really didn't know that it was an anime. Well, maybe some did, but my circle definitely didn't. And I can't tell you how excited I was not only to watch Dragon Ball Z, but this particular part in the story early on in the Saiyan saga was everything. Now, some will say some of these are their own iconic moments, but I was like, you know what? This 4-episode span is so dope and they're so tightly connected that I had to do it this way. We just got off the tail end of Piccolo sacrificing himself for Gohan. What a character arc. Goku comes in and swoops in and picks up Gohan, puts him on the Nimbus at the last minute before Nappa crushes him under his foot. And we finally get the first moment seeing Nappa, Goku, and Vegeta in one frame for the first time. Now, I don't know how you felt, especially if you were a kid when I was a kid in the 90s, seeing this for the first time, because we never had a episode to episode to episode to episode series like this. This had never been shown to us before. So this was like, we've seen him training and now he's here to fight the bad guys. What's going on? And the suspense and the tension building in these scenes were so crazy. Like, some of the shots are just awesome. Goku looking over at Nappa and you see the power just radiating from him. Awesome. Now, one of the most iconic anime moments there is actually from this episode, specifically the Ocean dub. Unfortunately, it's really nowhere to be found. You have to either find it on YouTube somewhere or hopefully have some kind of DVD that may have the Ocean dub voice on it, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
So a mistranslation makes a moment one of the most iconic anime moments of all time. That's crazy. But what a great way to power scale Goku against Nappa right off the bat, because we saw Nappa smacking the Z fighters by himself. So we know he's a problem. And then we hear him get freaked out that Goku has a power of 9,000 and Vegeta seems a little shocked. And from here on out is essentially the textbook Goku trope that essentially starts here. While he's saved people in the past in Dragon Ball, this moment, for whatever reason, has just been cemented in the idea of Goku. Even if he, in the future, wasn't the one to take care of the big bad or the villain, this set that trope up of, oh, well, Goku's just gonna come and save the day at the last minute anyway, so what the hell. And this is the first time we actually see the Kaioken in action. Nappa being told to stand down and for him to want to just say, okay, well, I need to find something to do. I'm gonna kill these other dudes. And Goku has to make a last minute decision to try to get there in time, uses the Kaioken and breaks Nappa's back. Now, I know by today's standards, this may not seem like a crazy moment, but you have to remember, this was 1998. Nothing like this had been seen before, especially in the West. This was crazy. And then it builds even further as Vegeta kills his own partner, throws him into the air, and kills him. Guys, this was such a crazy moment. I remember me and my brother watching this stuff freaking out. This moment was so crazy, and one of those moments at the time that defined Vegeta as such a angry, awesome, egotistical character that you immediately fell in love with, even though he was slightly insane. Now, we all love Chris Sabat as Vegeta and as a voice actor. He is phenomenal. But we gotta give Brian Drummond his flowers. The over 9,000 meme that's everywhere, that is Brian Drummond's voice. Some of these moments that are so iconic for Vegeta are from the Ocean dub that Brian Drummond did. And to be fair, I think that version of Vegeta, the more ruthless, the more angry, the more killer-focused warrior Vegeta, that voice fits. It fits the evilness that Vegeta had, or at least seemed to have. And Chris Sabat's Vegeta seems more like the more adult, grown-up, more sophisticated, the more learned Vegeta, at least to my ears. And then we start arguing the most iconic shonen anime fight there is. Goku vs. Vegeta, episode 30. And the desert standoff of them standing on their stone pillars is so ingrained in my memory. It is crazy. So much so that the end of Dragon Ball Super, they reference that same moment just to let people know that, hey, this is where it all began. This is where one of the most iconic rivalries in anime started, was this episode. Seeing Vegeta with his extremely cocky persona, looking down on Goku like you're nothing compared to me. And at the time, he wasn't. But then Goku had to turn on that Kaioken juice. And then we come to find out that Vegeta's like, look, I've encountered stuff like this before. You think this little power bump is gonna... He's like, dude, I'm not even at my full power yet. I'm not even at full power yet. And this is such a Vegeta move, right? This is what starts the trope of Vegeta just... I'm gonna toy with you. Okay, yeah, you're good, but you're not me. Powers up, shows Goku, I am superior to you in every way. Now, Vegeta is giving him that work so much so that Goku goes against what King Kai tells him about the Kaioken. Do not go beyond the double. Don't do it. No, you're not doing it. But we know how hard-headed Goku is. We know how much he wants to win, how much he wants to save his friends and his family. So he puts his body at risk. We see the bubble body of Goku here, about to burst at any moment, and proceeds to give Vegeta those hands. And man, this moment was so dope, how they illustrated and animated it, showing how crazy fast the Kaioken ×3 was against a powered up Vegeta. Not to mention the explosion of the scouter that Bulma was trying to use to read the power levels. Now at this moment, we really start to see Vegeta's pride bag. His, I'm the prince, I'm the elite here, you're just low class, you should not be able to do this. And we know in the future that Vegeta holds that so close to himself, but this is really the first time that we're seeing this, especially the fact that this is the first time Vegeta's really getting his ass handed to him. So, awesome. So much so that he says, you know what? I came here for the Dragon Balls, but you pissing me off so much. You disrespecting the hierarchy so much. I'm about to ruin it all. I'm about to throw this whole planet away. I'm turning it to dust. And we see Vegeta take to the sky for what is, in my opinion, and I think many people's opinion, one of the most iconic shonen anime moments of all time. If this wasn't the origin of a beam struggle, it is definitely the one that defines beam struggles in anime, period. The Gallic Gun versus the Kaioken ×3/×4 Kamehameha. Side note, I say Kamehameha because during the Ocean dub of this, they would call it the Kamehameha wave. So again, I understand it's the Kamehameha, but just understand how I watched it as a kid. That's just what stuck into my head. Now, looking back at this moment, it really makes you wonder what they did with DragonBallz Super. It just hurts your soul sometimes seeing the artistry that was taken in these older series in the 90s. It's so good. Now, obviously, after this moment, you have the introduction to Vegeta in his Ozaru form, and this fight continues with the Spirit Bomb attack and all of that. And to be honest, this is a fight that Goku did not win. I repeat, Goku did not win this fight, guys, at all. You know what I'm saying? It was a tie at best, and that's if I give it to Goku as a tie. But really, your man's took an L. He took a serious L. If it was not for Gohan and Krillin and Yajirobe, guys, you know what I'm saying? So a tie at best. At best, personally, Goku's L. But what these episodes do is establish one of the most iconic rivalries in all of shonen anime. So how does this iconic moment rank inside of the Dragon Ball series? This is an easy 5. This establishes Goku and Vegeta's entire relationship moving forward through the series. It establishes the idea of hierarchies. You're a lower class Saiyan, I'm this type of Saiyan, the Spirit Bomb, the Kaioken. These are all established in this short battle that we get at the beginning of the series for Dragon Ball Z. And it, again, echoes through the rest of the series. So easy 5 out of 5. Now, how does this iconic moment affect the anime community or the anime culture as a whole? Now, considering the fact that you have some extremely memeable moments here, first one being, it's over 9,000. That's everywhere. You have people that don't even watch anime that know what that is. Not to mention, you have it shown in places that aren't even where anime is shown. Case in point, you have Ronda Rousey wearing it's over 9,000 with a Vegeta shirt at WWE. You have Adidas and Dragon Ball Z doing a collaboration with the Vegeta shoe on the back saying it's over 9,000. People utilize the term in regular culture just as a statement of, I'm different. People talking about something being excessive, something awesome, exciting. Oh, yo, that's over 9,000. That's wild. Then we talk about the beam struggle itself, establishing something like that tons of people utilize in their marketing for advertising anime. And to be honest, when people talk about the Kamehameha or the Kamehameha, this is one of those moments that people automatically go to, they think of when they think about what it looks like, what it feels like. That's the moment that people usually go to. Obviously, there's tons of moments where Goku uses it, but in the impact of a moment, this is the moment that people talk about. And we all know how often that's been used in other animes. And for these reasons, I'm giving its anime influence and impact in the anime community a 5 out of 5. For many, this fight was the real gateway into action shonen. This was the gateway into anime as a whole, of getting people really invested into a series. And being here in the States, like I said before, the majority of us saw Dragon Ball Z before we actually saw Dragon Ball. So a lot of these moves, a lot of these ideas we hadn't seen before. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. What do you guys feel about the Goku versus Nappa and Vegeta iconic moment? Let me know in the comments down below when you first saw this, how it made you feel. And also do not forget to let me know what other iconic moments I should be covering in anime icons. And again, if you guys want to make sure I don't miss your recommendation, join our private server, the Phantom Troop, that is in the description box below. But other than that, I will catch you guys on the next episode of Anime Icons. Till then.